Good morning, everybody. Today is October the 29th, 2023. Welcome to my channel. I'm Lindsay, the Cheshire Stitcher. This is a channel that's mostly about cross stitch, but occasionally other bits and pieces will pop up. Today I've got a piece of bead weaving to share with you that I finished. I've got some PhDs, I've got some plans. It's unusual for me, I don't normally do plans. And I've got a tiny bit of haul, which also comes in with plans. So there we go. Hands up if you forgot to put your clocks back last night. I didn't, luckily. I did the one in the bedroom before I went to bed. My partner did the one down here in the living room this morning, and everything else does it automatically. The only one that's not been done is the car, but I haven't got the car today, so it's no problem. Did you all enjoy your extra hour in bed? I didn't get it. I never do. I was up in the night for an hour. Couldn't sleep. I woke up, my feet and my legs were not good. And then my body woke me up at 6 a.m, which, you know, yesterday would have been 7 a.m. There we go. Right. Oh, I'm also going to do a tag. A get to know your stitcher tag. I thought you might want to know a bit, but you know, you can skip that. I'll do that at the end if you don't want to listen. It's fine. So let's first of all, I still can't show you this, but I can still show you that, the fabric and the thread. This is for the model that I'm doing for Sparklers. You can just see there's a little tiny bit at the back peeping there, but that's as much as you're going to see. I am planning, if anybody guesses what it is, I'm going to buy an extra copy of the chart, and if there's more than one person, I'll do a random comment picker to send out the chart. If nobody gets it, nobody gets it. The fabric is Tropical Reef by Sparklers. Again, I can only show you a little bit of it because I can't show you the stitching. And it's been stitched in number 12 pearl from Paintbox Threads. It's a lovely, lovely thread to work with. It really is. And when you see it like this, you can't really see any variegation. But in the stitching, it's very subtle, but it's there. There's a little tiny bit. It's ever so nice. And I'm really happy with my progress. I finished my Love Quilt squares that I was working on, and because they had to be sent off for a deadline, I did a little Flosstube extra for those. So if you want to see what they look like, the underground trains and the class 378, then go and take a look at the Flosstube extra. I've started my next Love Quilt square. Can you tell what it is yet? It's giraffes. This time. I bought the pattern on Etsy from JP Cross Stitch Pattern, and now that I've learned how to link down below, I will put a link in down below for them. How's that? Getting good at this? Not really. It's my imagination. The one thing I will say is one of the called for colours is 902. Well, that's a red. It's a very deep browny red, and I'm a bit about putting it in, and I'm thinking because giraffes don't have red in them, so I might just do a little section and see what I think, and if I'm still a bit then I'll sub it out for a dark brown, say I don't know, something like I think it's 898, something like that. But yeah, hopefully when I come back in a fortnight's time, this will be a lot further on. Well, it'll have to be because it's got a deadline at the end of this month, so it'll have to be on, won't it? So as I said, I will link that down below. Then we have my commission piece. I still haven't done any more on restitching the bit I had to frog. Really should do that because, you know, I can't really, until I'm back where I was, can't really sort of start, pardon me, I can't really sort of start filling in this bit here. But as you can see, let's fold it in half, a bit easier to handle. I've been working here, so this is like the bow on a hat. This is a bit of the start of a hair, but I was getting a bit fed up of working white and cream and pale lilac, so I moved down. So I've done a bit more here. This is roughly where the bottom of one page is and where the next page comes in. So I did this little bit here. I've done the second of the dark green border, and then I've come all the way down to the bottom and I've been working on this bit. This is the background colour, obviously. This is the flowers that he has to be put in the bottom of it. And then a little bit further over about here, I'm guessing, roughly guesstimate, is where the panel starts with the wording on, but the wording is just backstitched, so I would say it's going to be about here, because there's not much more to do. But this next week I'm going to concentrate on the model for sparklies so I can get that done. So there will be progress on this next time, but it probably won't be very much. And then lastly, we have, excuse me, what are you doing there? Sorry, just dropped the pattern on the floor. My weekend stitch along with Jeanette, Puntini's Craft Supplies and Other Lies, and this is where I am. So I've got and Other Lies I Tell Myself across the bottom to complete, and there's like a pile of fabric there. So with any luck I can get this finished today. Would be very nice. Once this is finished, we are going to have a couple of weeks on the UFO, because I would like to have the opportunity to get Thimble Fairy finished, and I reckon I can probably do her in one weekend, and then I can do something else. So with any luck, oh, and I've got pins to put in the pin cushion here, which is just straight stitches with a pin on the top, French knot on the top. I have screwed up. This is in the wrong place, so all of this is too close together, but you know what? I'm leaving it. It looks fine. And I bet if I hadn't pointed it out, you wouldn't have had the faintest idea that it was wrong, would you? So, there we go. Sorry, I'm just refreshing the thing because my phone's starting to go off. And I'll lose my list of questions. So there we go. So that's my PhDs. I don't have many. As you know, my main focus is on my sparklies piece and my my commission piece. And that's going to be like that for the next few months. But, plans. I was watching Talking Dog Stitcher a few days ago, and she mentioned about having a project that you put either 25 stitches or 25 minutes to every day. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea. I could do 25 stitches a day. So I've decided that the first thing I'm going to work on to do that is going to be that. Stitch buttons. Now, pardon me, when I started this, I was, not every single day, but every couple of days I would work on it for a little while before I came and sat over here to stitch. I'd do it at my beading desk because I've got a light, magnifier light, same as that one there, but that one obviously, because it's near the window, has a cover over it during the day. But it's one of those, you know, the ring light with the magnifier in the centre, so I was using that because it's over 1 on 32 count and it's a bit difficult to see. So but when I got my friend Pat's stash, there was a long-armed magnifier in there, and I have a little table that sits here beside me that I can clamp the magnifier to, and it comes over enough for me to see to sit here to stitch, which is far more comfortable. So this is where this is at the moment. If you remember from my PhD parade in my first video, I had to frog this because I'd made a mistake. So I reckon if I can do 25 stitches there or thereabouts, if I do a few more than that, it's not the end of the world, but at least I've met my target. I should be able to get this finished. So I thought 1st of November, I'll start on the 1st of November to make it just, why not? 1st of November is a good day as any, isn't it? And it'd save me confusing myself for the rest of this month. So, also on the 1st of November, I am going to do a sampler for Black Sampler Month. It's not something I've done before. And again, I can't remember who was watching, but it was mentioned on a Flosstube I was watching a couple of days ago. And I wandered off to Etsy and had a look to see if there was any that took my fancy that weren't going to be huge, massive things, because at the moment I don't want to start anything big. And I found this one. Daily Pattern Post is the Etsy store, but again I will link it down below because it doesn't actually tell you on the cover front. So I checked and wrote it down, but I will link it down below. So I thought, yeah, that's reasonably doable. If I don't get it done this year, it's not the end of the world. It can just become one of my UFOs for next year, or an eligible UFO for next year. So that's the pattern, and I am going to work it on this. It's a piece of 34 count linen, and that's all I can tell you about it. I bought this at, there you go, that's more like the colour, there we go, yeah, and that's sort of a very pale creamy lemon. I bought this at Y Needlecraft. Now they've been closed, I don't know how long, probably a good 10 years now, and I used to go over a couple of times a year, and they used to sell pieces. I've got small pieces, and I thought, this is going back before I really sort of got into 32 count. I've mostly stitched on 28, and I just thought, oh, okay, that's a nice small piece, I'll buy that. It cost me the grand sum total of £3.60. There you go. So that's all I can tell you. 34 count linen doesn't give me any indication of manufacture or anything. It has a green stripe on it, if that means anything to anybody. But I just thought, I was looking yesterday and I pulled out a few possibilities, and then I came across this one in the box and thought, oh, that'll do me nicely. So I am going to be using Black Sulky. There we go. I just thought that looked quite nice. I didn't want a plain white because everybody does black and white. But I thought, yeah, that'll do me nicely. So again, that's going to be started on the 1st. I'm pretty sure anyway. I can't remember if I've got the boys this week. If I've got the boys this week, then it won't be. It'll be started on Thursday, which is the 2nd, isn't it? But we'll wait and see, because I can't remember if I've got the boys or not. You'd think I'd know. I had them. Oh, have I? No, actually, I don't think I have got them this week. No, I had them last week because Monday was my day off. It's not a day off as such. I go to a reading group once a month, and that's the one Monday that my son-in-law's aunt has them on the Monday, and then I have them on the Wednesday because I have them every Monday apart from the fourth Monday of the month and then alternate Wednesdays. So yeah, I had them last week because I went to beading group last week, so I haven't got them this week. So this week I could start it on Wednesday, and I also get new nails on Wednesday. Look, they look fine, but my thumb's a mess, only because I had a little cut in it and she glued it and the glue's just give up. So that's those. And then my other plan, which may not happen until late in the month, is I'm going to start this. This is a Caterpillar subscription box from last year. There we go. This is going to be a Christmas gift for my eldest daughter's partner who loves wolves. I am changing the fabric because pink for a wolf, really? That was my first thought when I opened it. So she was up visiting last weekend, and I'd pulled out a selection of fabrics that I liked the look of. Did a quick floss on them, and this is the one that she ended up picking. I quite like that. This was, had it been left down to me, I would have probably picked this one anyway. Yes, this vanishes a little bit, but this is in the centre of the design, so it's fully surrounded by colour, so I'm not worried about it vanishing. So that's going to be started at some point. And this is Kiwi Illusions Cloudburst. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. Cloudburst. Again, this actually came out of Pat's stash because I've never had Kiwi Illusions fabric. I've never ever bought Kiwi Illusions fabrics. I don't know if they're still going. They might be. Couldn't tell you. But as I say, they're not one that ever really came on my radar. So let me show you my little beady finish, which is this. Sorry, I put a charm on the back and it twisted. So this is the Snowflake, take your teeth out woman, Snowflake Pod that was part of the Advent last year on one of the beading groups. Oh, pardon me. I do apologise. Can't help nature visiting. This is from Mickey Ferrugiario, or Mickey Ferrugiari. I can never say her surname right. I will link her down below. This pattern is now available to buy. I had to borrow these super duos from a friend because they aren't something I've ever bought. And my original plan was to make 3 of these. One for me, one for each of my girls, because every year they get a Christmas ornament. And I've decided no, I really don't fancy making another 2 of these. So while I'm really happy and I do like it, I think it's really, really nice. It's lovely. It's very tactile. I really just didn't fancy doing another one. And down this bit down here is quite fiddly. Not complicated, but fiddly. And it took me a while for me to get my head around it. And I just like, no, I can't make any more of them. So I will, as I say, I will link it down below, but this is the Snowflake Pod. So that will go on my radiator above, no, not my radiator, the shelf above my radiator, that everything will come off when the Christmas decorations come down, and all my Christmas stuff, not all it because it won't all fit, will go on there. And when it does come down, then I will show you some of it, especially the train. I love the train. Just, okay. Right, so I've had a little bit of Stitchy kindness. My friend Jeanette messaged me the other day, last week, to say that a friend of hers had sent her a little package of some Floss Drops, and she'd included a set for me. So there we go, they came in this little packet. Now I've never used Floss Drops, so I'm going to give them a go when I come to kit something up to start that I'm going to use new threads from. They've all got this lovely little snowflake on the back, and she's put a sticker on. Now the lady wishes to remain anonymous, and I'm absolutely fine with that. She received a cricket for her birthday and wanted to try them out, and obviously Jeanette's mentioned me at some point, so she sent some for me as well. And I do like the fact that she's put the extra little hole in for your leftover bits, because you can put your work in your full length on there, but you know, when you get them little bits that they're too long to throw away, but if you've nowhere to hang them, what do you do with them? Oh, pardon me, I do apologise, I seem to have a bit of wind this morning. So anyway, there's him. I love that one. I do like a snowman. There's that one. Lovely Christmas tree. Hold it up a bit further so people can see it. And not that me talking to myself, as you do, you know. At least I win all the arguments. Another Christmas tree. Robin. And another robin. Out of the two, I think I prefer that one. But you know, they're beautiful. And I thought I was so touched. A little Christmas cottage. Another one. Nice reindeer. And another nice reindeer. And then lastly, a couple of Santas. I thought it was, I was blown away by this lady's generosity. I've never met her. I don't even know her name. Which is good because she wanted to remain anonymous, like I said anyway. So, but had I known her name, I would have respected her wishes anyway. But I just thought it was just such a nice thing for her to do. She doesn't know me from Adam. But there we go. So, my one piece of haul. I have opened it. I'm sure many of you will recognise this box. It's the Cotton and Twine subscription box. Now I don't get this every month. I do tend to get the Caterpillar one unless it's a design I don't like, then I suspend it. But this is every single month, and I've got enough kits to go on as it is. So it comes with this lovely waxed paper, which is stuck together. Now this is one from a little bit earlier in the year. I bought the first one last year, the winter one, and decided that if I liked the other seasons I would get them, and as each one's come out I've liked them, so I've bought them. So this is for, there you go, August. Couldn't remember what month it was. August. So we've got a nice little autumnal one. Would have liked to have seen a squirrel on it, but that's because, you know, my dad likes squirrels. So you get that, but the nice thing about them is it comes with the frame. So when you're stitched in, you can put it in your frame. So I now have 4 of these, one for each season. My hope, I shan't say plan because, you know, it never work out. my hope is to at least get one of them done next year, if not all. So yeah, it comes with the frame, and you get a very nice bag, all paper, so it's all recyclable. Even the label on the front of the box is made from paper. Comes with your Ada, which I will change because I'm not a fan of Ada, personal choice. And then all your lovely thread colours, and my needles tucked in there. So I'm looking forward to getting this done. Let's just take them out, you can see them a little. Put that down there. So there we go, there's all my colours. So that's that, and then you always get a sweet treat. I think a bit of it, not all of it. So this time was an oat milk sea salt caramel chocolate bar. I've never had anything like that before. It's really nice. You always get tea bag, and then you also get some other little stitchy gifty thing. This time round it's to make a felt fox. I think he's rather sweet. Whether or not I'll ever actually get round to doing him, I don't know. Well, he might end up as a giveaway at some point. Don't know. We'll see. I have got another felt kit upstairs for a giraffe that I bought in Aldi at least 12 months ago, and I haven't done it yet. So we'll see what happens with this. Right, so that's all the stitch bits. So if you don't want to know about the tag, the get to know your stitcher tag, bye. See you next time. Which incidentally should be the 12th of November, but which is also Remembrance Day here in the UK. But my partner will be on his rotated 4 days off, so it will probably be the 10th of November when I next record. Otherwise it'll be later. I've had a look, and at one point there will be a 3-week gap, because otherwise I'll end up recording on Christmas Eve, and I don't really want to be doing that. Although having said that, if my partner is in work on Christmas Eve, I could record. It doesn't, I don't know, but we'll wait and see what happens. He won't get his Christmas rota until sometime this next week. Then I'll have a better idea. Right, so know your needleworker tag. Question 1. Where do you live? Well, pretty obvious really, seeing as I'm called the Cheshire Stitcher. I live in the middle of Cheshire. Before all the boundaries changed, it was Vale Royal, and it was literally Vale Royal in the heart of Cheshire. I live in Northwich, which is pretty central to Chester, Liverpool, Warrington and Manchester. So they're all sort of less than an hour away by car or by train. So I'm quite lucky really that I've got so many sort of large towns or cities close by. An interesting thing about Northwich, we are well known for salt. We do have a salt museum here, but in the last few years we've had a pina colada festival in town in the middle of August, because Rupert Holmes, that wrote Escape, aka the Pina Colada song, is from Northwich. Well, the Northwich area is one of the outlying villages. So we have a festival every year to celebrate that. There we go. Useless piece of information for you. Right, question 2. What do you do for a living? Currently nothing. I have worked in the past, but not right now for various reasons, which I'm not going to go into. Question 3. Do you have any children? Yes, I have 2 daughters. One lives 130 miles away, which is my oldest daughter. And then my younger daughter lives about 30 miles away on the Wirral. And that's the one who I go to every Monday to look after the boys. speaking of the boys, I have 5 grandsons. 15, 11, 3, 2, 1. Quite handy really, isn't it? 3, 2, 1. So that, yeah, those are the ones I look after the 2 and the 3-year-old every Monday. Question 4, do you have any pets? Yes, I have 2 cats. I have Rosie, my old girl, she's 13 and a half. And then we have the mad one, Lizzie. She's one of those cats. You know, bit of an idiot, does silly things. Yesterday, my partner came home from work and he had a paper bag of stuff. He works for one of the supermarkets. And when they have stuff that comes in that is either below what's called the MAD date, which is the mandatory acceptance date, or too much stock is sent in and the company won't take it back, it goes into the canteen to be sold cheaply. And I mean cheaply. So he came home yesterday with a bag which he emptied and it fell on the floor. And Lizzie goes into this paper bag, and the next thing I know is she's running out of the kitchen, absolutely legged it out of the kitchen past me with this bag round her head, round her neck, because she's seen him look at her, and she must have obviously thought, oh no, I shouldn't be here. She's turned to run out and got her head stuck in the loop of the bag. It was so funny. It's one of those moments that I so wish I could have recorded, because, you know, could have sent it off to You've Been Framed. Would have made a fortune. It was so funny. Anyway, I digress. Right, number 5. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? Mostly bead weaving. I can't show anything else that I've finished recently because they're all Christmas gifts. So there will be a video for those at some point when I've finished everything. I've still got a couple of ornaments to make and a bookmark. So they will appear at some point. But I also do English paper piecing, which is patchwork the old-fashioned way over paper. I can spin. I have a spinning wheel that my dad bought me. I can crochet, but I don't. And I tend to knit socks. I only knit, that's the only knitting I do is socks, because I don't like sewing things together and there's only 2 ends to sew in, which is what I really don't like doing. Excuse me a minute, I need a drink. Right. Number 6, what is your favourite movie? Jeanette will be sitting there going, I know this one, I know this one. It's the Muppets Christmas Carol. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I will sit with the boys every Monday. And I put it on every Monday, all year round. So they will be watching the Muppets Christmas Carol in the middle of July. We'll have it on tomorrow. We'll watch it tomorrow. Number 7, what's your favourite TV show? I don't really have one currently. I don't really watch much live TV. We tend to watch films in an evening. I record things, but nothing that must be watched immediately. I did like Downton Abbey. I was a big fan of Downton Abbey. So I haven't really got a favourite. Number 8, what is your favourite book? The Hobbit. Absolutely love that book. And until a few years ago, I didn't actually own a copy of it. If I wanted to read it, I had to go and get it from the local library. At the age of 11, in our last year at primary school, our teacher used to read. We used to have sort of the last half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour of the school day a book was being read to us. And so, as I say, at the age of 11, that's what she read to us, The Hobbit, and I just fell in love. And I think that's where my love of dragons stems from. I absolutely love it, but the films annoy me because The Lord of the Rings, each book is like 3 times the size of The Hobbit, and they made 1 film for each book, but they made 3 films for The Hobbit when you could have done it all in one. So I do watch them, but not very often. Number 9. What is your favourite music? I have to say the 80s, my teenage years. I do quite like classical music as well, but definitely I'm more of an 80s music girl. And lastly, number 10. What one word best describes you? I couldn't think of anything at all. I was sitting here scratching my head, and I happened to mention it to Jeanette last night that I was going to do this get to know your Stitcher tag. And she went, "Oh, funny? You that?" And I went, "Nah." And then she said kind, and I think I'm going to go with kind. I'm always willing to help people. When we go to bingo on a Wednesday night, there's a lady that walks with a walker, so I always make sure that I go out with her to open the doors for her, because the you know, pub doors aren't that wide, and I'm always willing to help my neighbours out, especially the ones on that side of me. Lovely old couple, been married a long time, 51 years. And I know it's 51 years because they were one of the last people to get a card off the Queen before she passed away. I've seen it, it's lovely. It's ever such a nice card. So there we go. If you've got any other tags that you'd like me to have a look at answering, or if you've got any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I've set up a email address specifically for this, so feel free to email me if you want to. I'll check it every day. Oh, pardon me. Please like and subscribe. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. I've done everything. So I will see you on the 10th of November. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stay well and happy stitching. Bye.